Breaking Dawn. All right, people, so good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is Wednesday. We will have acting ASP Pit with us this morning, and that's coming up at 6:30. But before we get to acting ASP Pit, we do have to go through the news day. But good morning to all of our regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. Hope everybody had a terrific night. And yeah, boy, time to get going. Yeah, I went and I do some workout. I went and I workout yesterday, boy. I had to try and fit into a suit now, boy. For my little brother wedding, boy. You know. Oh God, I'm in pain. Anyway, as we go through the news day this morning, Gadsby Dolly and Imbert elected PNM chairman and vice chairman. Imbert actually hinted at that yesterday. Jayanti and Mark tipped to head Senate and the House. I think Jayanti Lakshmidiyal is wherever they put her, she's going to be the perfect fit because she good. Penny says no honeymoon for Kamala's government. Well, yes. Tobago Chamber wants meeting with Prime Minister. Opposition leader urges progressive politics and people first. PM's working arrangements in limbo. UDCOT says 3 months to fix Whitehall flooding. We have the footage that was released yesterday on social media. We'll get your thoughts on that. Mongdor man gets bail for election bribery. Health Minister says challenging conditions at San Fernando Hospital. Cabinet joined in PCA directors' row over SRC salary recommendations. Cops challenge transfer from guard and emergency branch. Jerlene John inspects Aruka Road project. GoSign says government to focus on innovation and non-energy sector. West says Whitehall fit for use except for the basement. All right, this is which West? Allison West, all right. Except for the basement, and that's very important. Lee says no plans to scrap PNM projects under Housing Ministry. And those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. Oh, NCC chairman, well, of course, that's Gypsy. He is hoping to meet with the new culture minister. Right? Yeah. So those are the headlines in the paper this morning. We do have the physical paper, but we do have, whatever they have online, because I know they don't update it like, this wouldn't be the latest, because when the papers come out physically, there will be a few other headlines inside of there that you won't see online. But Nan Gadsby Dolly and Imbert selected as PNM chairman and vice chairman. The PNM is in the rebuilding process. Penny says, let me see this. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles Robinson said there will be no honeymoon period for the new government. She said she will be holding the government to account immediately. Well, okay. You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. But we will save that, We will save that. All right? So those are the headlines in the paper this morning. We are 4 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. We want to take a look at and take some calls before we get to acting ASP Pit. So I want to have enough time to do that. But before we do that, I got to remind you about Olive's House. So Olive's House Senior Care Facility, and it's located in the serene Sangre Chiquito area of Sangre Grande. at Rosie Latchman Avenue, Eastern Main Road, James Smart Village. And Olive's House is beautifully situated with that spacious main area for living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards, as well as assisted living quarters, inclusive of all required amenities. Now, it's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement, and support to your loved ones in their senior years. And Olive's House is operated 24/7 by a staff of professional, qualified geriatric personnel with hot meals prepared daily according to specified dietary requirements. The service is always warm and friendly, as all clients are treated with the respect and dignity that their years demand. So to find out more, you can give them a call at Olive's House on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. You could also find them on Facebook and Instagram. So make sure, check them out, Olive's House. We had somebody call yesterday speaking about, you know, the elderly that they have with them, you know, their mom or their dad. And, you know, I said, well, you know what I mean? If you're looking for a nice, comfortable place for them, you know what I mean? Olive's House is an option. JNP Pest Control. Yeah, man. So, JNP Pest Control Limited are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pest, and much more. Armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for triwood termites, JNP Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. So for a free inspection and quotation, contact them today. They are located at number 61 to 65 Covine Road, Diego Martin. You can also call the office on 227-0835. That is 227-0835. Or you can WhatsApp them. Take this WhatsApp number, 250-8397. That is 250-8397. And you can email them at jppestcontrol@hotmail.com. So let them shield your home or business from pesky pest. And that is JNP Pest Control. Also, I want to remind you guys about Eid Nights. So Eid Nights Clinic, of course, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. And they do offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments. This includes live blood analysis, limb bagging, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, colon hydrotherapy, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services, and these consultation services are, you know, arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, supplements, child counseling, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. All right, so you can check them out and get in touch with them today to determine which service is the right choice for you. And you could go to any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can also WhatsApp them on 49399196. You can email them at eidnightsdistributors@gmail.com and get started today. We also have Pamstar. Give me Pamstar Trinidad, the one at Eastgates. Yeah. So Pamstar Promotions is back, and they're back bigger and brighter with the 4th Annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge. This time it's heading to Eastgates Mall. Prelims are on May the 17th. Registration is from 7 to 8 a.m. Semifinals and grand finals on May 24th. Registration starts at 7:30 a.m. Calling all primary school and homeschool champs, standard 3, 4, and 5, ages 9 to 12 plus. This is your time to shine. So the top school with the most student entries and points wins a desktop computer. And that's not all. There are also chances to win tablets, medals, and more. Register by April 15th. Scan the QR code, find Pamstar Promotions on Facebook, or call Auntie Esther at 471-2604. Plus, you could grab your Kotesi Kotela dictionaries at Charon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin, and just show the flyer or pic on your phone and get 5% off. Dress code is elegantly casual, no school uniforms, so let's support our young minds, listen, learn, and enlighten each other. Okay? Nice, man. So that's how we get going with Pamstar promotions. And finally, I want to remind you guys, don't forget Run Stefon Run. Get your registration on for Run Stefon Run. We're actually in the last 3 weeks or so, less than 3 weeks to go. And we got over $40,000 in cash and prizes. We have giveaways for non-competitive participants. You have a complimentary breakfast. We have customized medals that everybody will get. We also have your t-shirts, that's right. So all you got to do is come out and participate. But to do so, you need to register. And to register online, you go to trinbagoevents.com. trinbagoevents.com. You can register online there. You pay with a debit or your credit card. And if you need further information, you can call 345-3380 or 482-5531. And they will give you all the additional information that you need. Outside of that, you can go to sports and games in either Gulf City Mall, Trin City Mall, or Grand Bazaar. You can, sports and games will take your cash registration. Now, when you pay cash at sports and games, you will get a coupon. All right, that coupon will have a code on it. All you have to do when you get the coupon is follow the instructions. It's that simple, okay? Now, once you purchase, once you register at sports and games by purchasing the coupon, you are entitled to 20% off of items at sports and games, but it does not apply to promotions and sales items, all right? But you're getting 20% off any purchase that you want to make. All right, so, and that, everything in store, okay? So let's follow the information on the coupon code. It will take you straight to the site. You put in your name, your t-shirt size, all the information that you need to put in, that you would have put in on the form, your age, things like that. And then it's going to request for you to pay. But remember, you already paid cash. So what you're doing is you're paying with the coupon code. You type in the code, you say pay with coupon code, you type in the code, and you apply the code, and that's it. You're registered. All right, and that information goes to Trinbago Events so that we could pull it from there in a very efficient way, okay? Rather than going through all the forms that we usually go through. All right, so that's that. Run Stefon Run, remember we're giving to 2 charities this year, so we look forward to your participation. Please come out and support. We're looking at 800 people. We are halfway there. All right, well, I think we could be a little more than halfway there. All right, so don't wait till last minute. Don't wait till last minute because we're still printing jerseys. We don't want to lose money that we could give to the charity. So don't wait till last minute. Get your registration on as soon as possible. All right. With that, we're going to take our first break. When we come back from the break, hopefully we'll have a little time to take a few calls on the Whitehall issue, and then we'll get to acting ASP Pit. Pit has a new boss in form of Homeland Security and Defense, and we'll find out about this 6-month timeline to deal with crime. Stay tuned.
The biggest 5K in TNT takes place Sunday, May 25th at QRC. Start time 6 a.m. Run Stefon Run. Breakfast inclusive. The highest payout of prize money for a 5K with a first prize of $5,000 and cash prizes up to 10th place. Lots of giveaways and medals for all participants. Registration is $200. Get registered now online at trinbagoevents.com, or cash registration is available at Synergy TV Mondays to Fridays from 12 noon till 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Cash registration is also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple. Call 345-3380 and 482-5531. or visit Stefon Run's production on Facebook for more info. Part proceeds goes to the Autistic Society of TNT and the Coover Children's Crisis Center.
Celebrate Mom, the queen, with a Chimay Sparkets voucher. Amazing facials, pedicures, and massages. A perfect way to say thank you for all she does. Visit or order online at ChimayCaribbean.com. Call 285-9053.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with All Pro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2025 on May 6th. Pure Jazz featuring Mateo Mancuso. On May 8th, Grammy-nominated Jasmine Horn. I remember you. On May 7th, Kingdom Night, Maverick City Music. Gospel powerhouse Tasha Cobbs Leonard. On May 9th, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer unite. Young Brother, Patrice Roberts, Ricky T, The Story. On May 10th, the world unite for World Beats. Nigeria's Ruga. Joe Duet Feely. Summer Walker. The ultimate celebration on May 11th. Ronald Boo Hinkson. John Legend's soulful voice. Dance under the stars to Earth, Wind and Fire's hits. Purchase tickets at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Hi, technicians, service personnel, engineers, suppliers, dealers, customers, business owners, and more. You're invited to join us every Wednesday on Synergy TV from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the exciting and informative program, Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Talks. It's your space to learn, engage, and be empowered. Expect live call-ins, interactive discussions, and valuable insights that can elevate your skills and your business. Look out for our special segment, Things That Make You Go Oops, where we share real lessons from real mistakes. And in the midst of the negativity surrounding schools, we're also taking time to celebrate schools that shine bright, those making a positive difference. Tune in every Wednesday to Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Talks, only on Synergy TV, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
See you soon.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We're 18 minutes past your 6 o'clock. We've got about 7 minutes. So we're going to put up the footage that came out yesterday and was circulating all over social media as it relates to Whitehall. The working arrangements of Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar remain in limbo as some of the concerns raised over the suitability of Whitehall will take approximately 3 months to address. In a media release on May 6, the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, which completed restoration works at Whitehall in 2019 at a cost of $32 million, addressed the issue of flooding at the building but did not speak on the complaints of mold. UDCOT said areas at Whitehall were identified for attention. It said basement staff were relocated in February and a contractor chosen just 6 weeks ago. A contractor was engaged on March 28th to carry out the remedial works, which are to commence soon. These works are estimated to be completed in a maximum of 3 months. All right, now, I want to go to the phone line, get your thoughts on this, because I was looking at it yesterday, I said, but this looks like one area. But you have to remember, this is Whitehall, eh? This is the official office of the PM. So, I mean, if you spend $32 million, shouldn't the basement have fallen in that category as well? Morning.
Stefon.
Yeah, man. What are
They
your
go
thoughts?
Central.
Yeah, they go Central. What are your thoughts on this?
If I spend $32 million of my hard-earned money, and this is what I left with, whether it be 4 years, 5 years away, after 6 years, I didn't get my money's worth. What I spent $32 million for? Let us be real here. $32 million, you could break down that whole building, build a brand new building, 10 times better, 10 times bigger. You understand? Now, yes, it is a what you call a old building, so it's part of the history. They got to be very careful. They got to get specialized work, but it's not a special. I don't understand how fancy woodworking and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a concrete building, probably wooden floors. But $32 million, I did not get my money's worth.
All
You
right.
understand? The fact that staff had to be relocated and money have to be spent again 5 years or 6 years later. We didn't get our money's worth. The contractor, whoever do that, or the people responsible, they didn't do proper follow up on this job. Clearly.
Okay. All right. No problem.
And yeah, man. So have a good one.
Yeah, man. All right. I only have about 4 minutes to take calls. So I want to keep it short and sweet. At the top, you'll take some more. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yep.
I just want to endorse, oh God, hello in the TV. Morning.
Sure.
I just want to endorse the former caller, the first caller. You spent $40 million. That's just 2019. That's supposed to be spotless. No mistakes, no leakage, no kind of damage we see there on the TV. It's just 19. It's just 2019. It's not 15 years ago to build that for millions of dollars. It's just 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And that is the condition of the place. Whether Kamala, whether the Prime Minister, it have nothing to do with the Prime Minister, no. It have to do with taxpayers' money, not getting their money's worth at all, for nothing.
Okay.
For nothing. Because it's too soon for maintenance and rehabilitation. It's too soon.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'll go in again. Hello, good morning.
Open you all, Jesse.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefon.
Yeah, talk to us.
What tell about old building yesterday?
Yeah.
And you know, and I know, and everybody calling this program, that building can happen like that in 5 seconds.
Right.
Can't get up and more and find your building looking so. Right? It had seepage here, a little seepage there, and then just ignore it. You watch where the cabinet secretariat walking, you watch that hole them walking in. How that OSHA compliant in the first place?
Well, what it's saying is that this is a basement area. But even if it's a basement area, if you do if you spend $32 million to renovate Whitehall, the basement should have been part of that particular $32 million spend.
But that was, I tell you yesterday, that was old building and old equipment is about. You can see, yes, they spent $32 million, but they will spend $32 million on things they're seeing. Right? But something could happen down the road.
Okay.
I tell you, that foundation is from 1904. That building built in 1904, you know. Nobody can dig up a foundation in a building and change it. The building on top of foundation.
Yeah. It's about 120
right? So that's
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, the building.
And the cabinet secretariat working in the basement of a building with no fresh air, no window, no breeze, nothing.
Okay.
You go put somebody in a hole to work, and I see some pictures coming from the office of the Prime Minister residence in La Fantasy. I think La Fantasy called it. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, St. Nancy.
With some issues with the PM residence. But if you relate that issues in the PM residence, I understand why Dr. Christopher Rowley insisted on a new building, a new house, a new mansion in Tobago. For a PM Tobago. I understand that now. We're watching everything.
No problem.
Go on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Opposition Leader Penelope Beckles-Robinson, speaking after receiving the instruments of appointment at the President's house on May 6th, said that she was surprised by Barry Padarat's comments She said that, you know, they had a cabinet meeting at Whitehall just 2 weeks ago, and that they have had cabinet meetings there for a long time. So she was surprised to hear that the conditions was not up to mark for the new Prime Minister. Let me see, let me take this one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead, share
Stefan,
thoughts.
why team in that building there? It's just an indication of what's going on with the treasury. How about good day?
Okay, no problem. I like you know, short and sweet. All right, let me take this one here, and if I have time, I'll squeeze one more. What is going on here? Why it is I getting that right through? Just now. Every time I try to answer that caller, answering, and the call just still ringing. Let me see. Connecting. All right. It's connecting. You have a connection problem. All right, let me take this one here. Hello, morning.
Steph, good morning.
Right, yeah, morning.
Doesn't this remind you of the Red House renovation?
Well, you know, it
They
just
ran
it
the
ran
Red
across my
House
mind.
and it happening. It's the same thing, right? What needs to be looked at is who are the contractors that would have done these restorative works and see if there's not a common denominator in the two,
Okay.
right? And what I would like to say, one more thing I'd like to say. When Rowley came in 2015, he went and bought a new car, even though the car that was there was good, right?
Yeah.
If it is the new Prime Minister has issues working in this building, I don't see what the problem is. And you're seeing that there are issues here. We didn't see nothing wrong with the car. Even if the car was allegedly smelling of vomit and whatever, it could have been cleaned.
Yeah. I remember that.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, I gotta go to the break, so I gotta get to Pitt. But I will tell you this: what the last caller mentioned, it ran across my mind. I just laughed yesterday when people were going back and forth. I said, but you know, when he come, he talk about, you know, the former Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Visesa when she was there. Oh, she formed a dog the Mercedes Benz or the PM1, and he had to get a new car and all kind of things. Listen. I remember all of that, and I remember the Red House as well. They spent $440 million to refurbish the Red House, and then when it opened, rain fell and the ceiling was flooding. You know? So obviously, we have a problem with people doing proper work. Now, it doesn't matter, to me it doesn't matter that it's the basement, it's part of the building, and if you spend $32 million to restore the building, then the basement should be in proper order, and anybody who knows about mold, you know, well, that's, you know, like one of the callers alluded to, you know, how did that pass health and safety if you have mold issues? So, I mean, and this is Whitehall. This is supposed to be in pristine condition. So, look, I want to believe that it's not a matter of her alone. I think she's studying, knowing the kind of person she is, so she must find it's not a proper place for the staff and all to work. She's one that would look at that. But look, they say 3 months to deal with it. I say let's get it fixed or do whatever you have to do, and let's get it up and running. But you know, the whole drama of what's going on with certain things that are being said coming out from the opposition and the little trolls on social media. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the second hour when we hear what Faris Al-Rawi had to say to the media yesterday. Because I don't know, like he can't find the right tongue. 1 minute he left, 1 minute he right, 1 minute he left. So we'll hear what he had to say as he planted a seed in the supporters' head. And this is where, you know, it becomes very dangerous for any government coming in when you have members of the opposition making statements like what Faris Al-Rawi made yesterday. But I'll take him up on that at the top. But we got to get to acting ASP Pit. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, Pit will be with us. We might take some calls as well once time permits. Inside that segment, you'll have the opportunity to put some questions to acting ASP Pit. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up after this.
care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mass this year! I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch, it's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mass is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mass this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mass, on Facebook at Vincy Mass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mass 2025!
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, 12 Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, 12 Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
All right, people, so we're here at Blazers Bar, Tragrit Road in Woodbrook, and Blazers Sports Bar, the proud sponsor of the male first place and female first place. $5,000 by $5,000 for Stefon Run, Saturday, May 25th. Go and get registered now at trinbagoevents.com. Walk-in registration starts on the 22nd of April at Synergy TV, number 19 Arapita Avenue in Woodbrook. Remember, tons of giveaways, tons of prizes, lots to talk about. So come out on Sunday, May 25th. We are at QRC from 6 a.m. Get registered today. You could call 345-3380 or 482-5531 for more information. Run, Stefon Run, Blazer Sports Bar. We on. Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bijan Easy Color for Men. Bijan's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bijan Easy Color for Men, for a natural color at no gray.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
At the castle, we just love moms.
I love you, Mommy.
And this Mother's Day, we are cooking up a storm with lots of tasty food. So forget about cooking. Let us fix dinner with a popular family meal. And lunch is a breeze with a snack box and the fish, chicken, and veggie sandwich combos. Oh yeah, and we've got the chicken and wing buckets, plus rotisserie meals, and of course, delicious sides. And it's all cooked with our nice local seasonings. So take a break and enjoy. Happy Mother's Day from Royal Castle.
All right, so we're back, people, and we're about to go behind the badge. We got acting ASP Pit with us, and we're going to engage him now. All right, so bring him in now. Nice, man. That's how I like to see you, man, in your jacket and your shirt and thing, man. All right. Pit, morning to you, man.
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. How are you this morning, Stefan?
I am just fine, man. I'm just fine. Alive and well, of course. But we have a few things to talk about. A few changes have occurred at the tippy top. One of your own is now a minister and is heading up a ministry, a new ministry, the Ministry of Homeland Security, which has been split with the Ministry of Defense in a restructuring of what we know to be the Ministry of National Security that the TTPS would fall under. So I guess first off, your thoughts and your confidence in your new minister. I ain't talking about Wayne Sturge here, we're talking about Minister Roger Alexander, otherwise known as Xander for short. What are your thoughts on your colleague taking up this position?
Okay, firstly, we would like to congratulate the new administration and, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We look forward to that cordial relationship. We are there to do our job regardless of who is in charge, but nonetheless, it is important that the relationship is seamless. And I know as an organization, we are very optimistic regarding the prospects of the new administration. Specifically regarding the Honorable Roger Alexander, of course, as a police officer and him being a former police officer, yes, it's something that we all would be proud of. And we trust, given his knowledge, his experience, that crime fighting background, that he will be able to bring a different flavor to the ministry that would definitely bolster policing and policing efforts. So it is something, it's really an interesting development, and it's one that we look forward to in terms of impending success.
Yeah, because usually in the format of the Ministry of National Security, as it would have been before, usually the appointments used to be people that come out of the military. I cannot remember any police officer holding a position as high as that of minister in that ministry. So I guess, and policing and army is two different type of training too. And it's two different kind of warfare. The war on the streets and the war that the army will, or the defense force will fight, is two different type of war, so they train for different things. Minister Alexander, it sounds strange, saying that, Minister Alexander. Anyhow, Minister Alexander.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
Get used to it. Minister Alexander, he did say that, look, we're going to take a look. He's going to have conversations with a lot of officers within TTPS, senior officers to find out, what is the resources that have been lacking. And I have been hearing from Greenwich and others, maybe even yourself, that there are certain resources that the police are lacking at this time in terms of fighting crime. So Minister Alexander says that he's going to deal with that, and I truly believe that he will. And on top of that too, people are saying and have said to me that they know it early in the game, but they already feel a little safer.
Yeah. Firstly, the last two national security ministers were in themselves former police officers.
Okay.
The difference I'm thinking though is that
oh yes, Hines was a police. Yes, it's true.
Yes, and Mr. Gonzalez was also a former police officer. However, in terms of Alexander's, the Honorable, his track record for that hands-on crime fighting, tough approach, I think that in itself is something that is new. Bringing it into that domain, that is something that we have never seen before, and and it's for those reasons that we are very, very hopeful that it's going to bring that flavor that is able to put us in a stronger position as a crime fighting organization. Yes, you spoke of other things, regarding the ministry. Usually were persons who, or the office itself was fitted with persons who were formerly of a military background. I want to say military, usually the defense force.
Yeah.
And based on what we have heard, the fact that the ministry has been split in two, it was more or less to address that very issue where you would have someone who's dedicated to this aspect of oversight, if they would call it that. Because as a country, it's a fact that we do recognize that we have an issue regarding crime, and it is something that would obviously be demanding, and that in itself, I'm thinking, was the thought process in terms of the split. Right. And it's one that given that type of arrangement would make it easier to manage, because definitely we need that type of attention. We are, it's a fact, we are not fully resourced in every department, and it is very important that an organization such as this is fully resourced, because we are heavily judged, we are heavily scrutinized, and sometimes it may be unfair to judge the organization in a particular way if the organization doesn't have all that it needs to work with.
Right.
I think it would be a more level playing field if you can say, okay, this is what you need, I'm going to give you this, and from then on, I'm going to judge you, because at this stage, I'm saying that you have all that is required to do the job.
Right.
If it is you don't have that, and you don't have the resources, so to speak, and you judge as though the resources are there, then definitely it's a case of more or less being a bit disingenuous at times.
Yeah.
We have grown used to it. It doesn't mean to say it is right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I won't get into the resources that you're lacking, because we don't want to make certain elements wise to what the police does not have or is not equipped with at this time.
Yes.
Well, I didn't check Marvin Gonzalez because his stint as national security was very short. He was there when you inhale, and by the time you exhale, he was gone. So, it was that quick.
Yes.
But I must ask this question now. The Prime Minister and even Minister Alexander has supported that call for, I think he said, a slightly more stringent process, but faster process in terms of firearms to law-abiding citizens. As a police officer, I want to ask you this. Does that, I don't want to say assist the police, but is that a positive thing holistically, in terms of what we're dealing with crime, where we are making firearms more available or readily available to law-abiding citizens. Once they go through the process, I think he said there would be some changes, slight changes or tweaks to the process, but it's going to be a faster process in terms of people getting their firearms approved. How you feel about that as a police officer? That citizens could more easily acquire a firearm.
Yeah. Well, my view will be based on a policing perspective.
Right.
And generally, if it's a case of persons being granted firearm users license, considering that they have met the requirements, then it's all well and good. So definitely I'm certain that whatever process that comes into being or whatever is added or taken away would also include that stringent process to determine that whoever is authorized to carry this level of responsibility, that they are able to carry out that level of responsibility. Yeah. And it's not a case of the firearm now becoming more of a burden in the first instance or something that could be used contrary for what it was intended.
Yeah.
So once all those things are considered, and I'm certain they would be, then definitely from a policing perspective, it now empowers persons to be able to treat with issues that may come within their space, and the police may not be readily available at that point in time.
Right.
So that whole issue of self-defense, it now places persons in a stronger position to treat with it. But it's a very good question you have asked there, Stefon, because we don't want members of the public to go away with the impression that it's a magic bullet sort of situation, right. No pun intended.
Yeah.
That can alleviate and address all issues. And because there are persons out there who believe that once they are authorized to carry this responsibility, that all their problems are over. But you need to further edify yourself regarding the dangers that also comes with such a responsibility.
Correct.
So that you would not be placed at a disadvantage. So it's a matter of all these areas being ticked off. The persons, the level of scrutiny, and obviously our investigators who will determine whether the persons have the prerequisite characteristics and what have you in order to get this level of responsibility. And yes, by all means, if someone is faced with a situation and they need to defend themselves, yeah, well, by all means.
All right, yeah, because I mean, in your experience as a police officer, and in my experience following the news and that kind of thing, I mean, I have very rarely seen any crime committed by a FUL holder, by anybody holding a legal firearm. You would more find that sometimes you have a FUL holder that might be liming in a particular spot or whatever the case might be, or shopping at a particular grocery, and a bandit might pull up or a group of bandits might pull up to commit a crime. And it is the licensed firearm user that in some cases might prevent that crime from happening. Because once they draw, and with the training that they have, advantage licensed firearm user on most occasions, because the bandits and them just start to run when bullets start to fly behind them. I have seen countless videos of this. I'm not saying, and you're correct in what you said. We don't want people to go away thinking that this is the be-all, end-all of fighting crime, and this is the solution. Because the solution to crime comes in many different layers.
That's right.
From the youth development, the police youth clubs, the community development, coming up the road now, and all the little programs and opportunities that are being presented.
Absolutely.
Right, because we got to get youths, we got to get these young people away from, we have to get them in the space that they're not attracted to going towards gangs and this gang culture and this gang lifestyle. And we got to get them attracted the other way, right? But All of those things will come. But we just don't want people to feel that, this stand your ground and easier, accessible firearm to law-abiding citizens who qualify. It is not the be-all, end-all. It's not a magic bullet, as you said, no pun intended. But I think it's a good way forward, because I remember when I was in Miami last year, there's a right to carry state, and the fella that was carrying me around and living there for years, he said, boy, nobody ready to go wrong, nobody, so yeah, because you never know who have it. You understand?
Yes.
So, I mean, it has its positives and its negatives, and which way outweigh each other is something that, I guess would have to be, assessed properly.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as a problem.
No.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, the Prime Minister did say, in showing much confidence in her new ministers, Sturgeon and Alexander, that we will see a turnaround in crime within the next 6 months. Now, I said on this program, I wouldn't give a time frame, because I've seen many people give a time frame, and it didn't work out. I remember one former Commissioner of Police in earlier, Wood Christopher, she said, by June, right? We'll see, I'm not too sure if Junior Benjamin has done the same thing, but there have been commissioners before, and there have been prime ministers before maybe, and people in national security that have said, listen, in 3 months, in 6 months, in 5 months' time, by so and so month, we'll see. What are your thoughts on that time frame, on seeing some improvement in where crime is in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, firstly, I will stay in my crease, and I wouldn't comment directly on what the Prime Minister has said.
Okay.
She is so entitled, and it's a matter for us to do what we need to do.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I will be guided by your utterances, and I will stay in the slow lane or on the safe lane, and say we wait and see. As I said before, we are here to do our job, and it's a matter of ensuring that those weaknesses that may occur in the organization, and those areas that we could strengthen in terms of the resources, and those issues that you identified there that may not always be from within a strict traditional lens. The youths, getting them away from that path that they believe they want to go, because the gangster lifestyle is somewhat attractive. Whether it's
well promoted, by the way, and well promoted, eh?
Well promoted through music, through movies. It's well promoted. So it's a multi-pronged approach in terms of having that type of effect that we are seeking to get. The robust, tough policing methods, it has its place, but it's also a case of ensuring that those persons who are coming after us have an understanding as to what is right and wrong, and acknowledge that there's a law, and that we must abide by the law. We must want to be productive citizens. We must want to give back in a positive way, as opposed to wanting to be a miscreant and a recalcitrant and a gangster and somebody who's deviant and feeling good about it. By the way, so it would take also that revolution of thoughts in terms of the youths and the direction in which they ought to go, as opposed to the direction that sadly most of them are going.
Because I raised the question on the 6 months, because yesterday I was making my little laps. We are going on an evening to get my little exercise in. And I walking down, and I had two ladies sitting down on the side, because they now finish exercise, and they're sitting down there relaxing, having a conversation. And as I'm passing, one is telling the other, but how you could say that we're going to see a improvement in crime in 6 months? How that's happening? And in my mind, this is two women just talking, and they're asking the question, and they can't see it. And I'm saying in my mind, I couldn't stop, I wasn't going to stop to talk and that kind of thing. I on my own beat.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm saying, it just takes the resources and the will, That's all it takes. It's just decisions have to be made to deal with the situation in a very precise manner. And if they have to go, and I think they've mentioned as well that there will be some pieces of legislation coming that is going to support the TTPS or strengthen the TTPS's position as it relates to the fight against crime. So when that occurs, I think what is going to happen is a lot of people going to be uneasy because their lifestyle will be disrupted in a very serious manner. And that will have its little backlash coming with it. But I think the majority of the country is law-abiding citizens, and I think they're fed up with the crime. They don't want to see 600 and something murders at the end of this year again. So, I mean, I think we at a place here where we may be turning in a, having a positive turn with somebody at the helm who, whilst people may have their doubts about him, because you know the rumor game does go, right? About background and all kind of thing and corruption and this, that, and the other. I've seen it. I've heard it on many different platforms come up. I think the reason why the man is there is because he has the intention of doing the work. Otherwise, he would not apply for the job.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say this, Stefan. I've been in the organization as long as I've been. That usually hardcore crime fighters are unfortunately labeled at times and wrongfully so.
Okay.
So. Yeah, and it is a reality, and it's not limited to Trinidad and Tobago. It's something that it goes across policing organizations globally. Where as a hardcore tough crime fighter, there are other things that comes with it because people don't understand the lengths at which criminals would go in order to guard their territory.
Right.
And just like the average citizen who may have an issue with another and use social media as a platform in which to, carry a message that might be fake news, seeing that is the phrase that is trending now. Similarly, there are criminals who would plant seeds in the minds of persons and communicate certain things in order that persons have a particular perception.
Correct.
But upon investigation, you would recognize that there's nothing to support their account.
Yeah.
Now, this is not to bury our heads in the sand and say that there are not persons who have gone in a direction that is contrary to the rule of law, that is corrupt and all these things. But I'm saying that crime fighters, hardcore crime fighters, on many occasions have been labeled because of the fact that they have gone in directions that a lot of persons don't want to go and wouldn't dare go. And the persons who are now feeling the brunt of the law, if you would call it that, they react sometimes not based on violence, but based on using whatever voice they may have in order to create an impression of that person that may undermine their character, and by extension, cause persons to lose confidence in them. So my simple message is that, not everything we hear we have to believe, and we should not believe everything that we hear, because, sometimes there are persons who are just being drastically unfair.
All right. Well, Pit, thanks a lot for your time this morning. We're coming up on 7 o'clock, and we're going to see how things materialize and how things come together in I guess, the coming months as it relates to the fight against crime. But I think the population is feeling a little easier, a little lighter, a little safer. Confidence in TTPS, of course, is something that will have to be worked on and return that relationship between the public and the police. And
yes,
I think once the right things are done, all of that will come together in time. But yeah, man. Thanks for your time this morning, man. And we will talk again soon.
Yes, be safe and be safe, Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, man. That's acting ASP Pit on the inside, man. Making a guest appearance. All right, so I'll tell you what, we got to go to the break. Just as we go to the break, people, I want to remind you all about Gopal's. So Gopal's Massage Therapy Center, don't let muscular pain and injuries win. Why not consult the specialist with over 30 years of experience? Ease those aches and pains. Visit licensed massage therapists at Gopal's Massage Therapy Center, located at number 68 Market Street, Gopal Lands, Marbella. Foreign trained and licensed in Florida, and they got over 30 years of experience. You can call them on 658-3907 or 496-1111. Services include medical massage therapy, sports injury treatment, aromatherapy, Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, sport massage, and much more. And with that, we take a break. When we come back, more for you. And we're going to take a listen to what Faris Al-Rawi said. And of course, we had the first topic with Whitehall that you're welcome to comment on as well. But we do ask you to keep it short and sweet this morning. We have Pastor John coming up at 7:35. Stay tuned.
The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 2025 on May 6th. Pure Jazz featuring Matteo Mancuso. On May 8th, Grammy-nominated Jasmine Horn. I remember you. On May 7th, Kingdom Night, Maverick City Music. Gospel powerhouse Tasha Cobbs Leonard. On May 9th, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer unite. Young Brother, Patrice Roberts, Ricky T, The Story. On May 10th, the world unite for World Beats. Nigeria's Ruga. Joe Duet Feely. Summer Walker. The ultimate celebration on May 11th. Ronald Boo Hinkson. John Legend's soulful voice. Dance under the stars to Earth, Wind and Fire's hits. Purchase tickets at stluciajazzandartsfestival.com.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so breaking down, we're in the wonderful city of San Fernando at number 17 St. James Street in Sando, and this is the location of Digimaniacs Design. And Digimaniacs Design is the proud sponsor of the 3rd place male and female and the 10th place male and female for Stefon Run. We are at QRC. 6 a.m. is the start time, so make sure get yourself registered online at trinbagoevents.com. Do not forget that the purpose of this, outside of this being the biggest paying 5K in the country, this is also a charity run, and we're giving to 2 charities. We're giving to the Autism Society of Trinidad and Tobago and the Couva Children Crisis Center. So come out in your numbers, get registered, come out and support. And support Digimaniacs Designs as well, because they have been in the business for the past 17 years producing logo designs, signage, brochures, rebranding projects, fleet graphics, commercial interior design, wall wraps, and much more for local, regional, and international clients. And you can call them on 704-8602 or check them out at number 17 St. James Street in San Fernando.
Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
Yeah, people, I got to thank Digimaniacs. Digimaniacs did the artwork for Stefon Run this year. The flyer that you see that we put up, they did that this year, and they also one of the sponsors of one of the prizes. So let me just acknowledge the sponsors for Stefon Run. We have Blazers Bar, Tragrit Road in Woodbrook. First place prize, male and female. That's 5,000 by 5,000, sponsored by Blazers. I want to thank Mr. Monroe for his sponsorship of one of the second place prizes at $3,000. Digimaniacs also sponsoring the male and female third place prize of $2,500 by $2,500. We have J. Millington Paint Supplies Limited, who will be sponsoring the female fourth place prize of $2,000. We have Beyond Petroleum sponsoring the fifth place male and female. We have Financial and Forensic Accounting Services and Deonorine Small Engine Repairs Limited. They are sponsoring as well the sixth place prize. We have Miss Miscellaneous, all right, who is sponsoring one of the seventh place prizes. We also have Digimaniacs. They are sponsoring the 10th place male and female, which is 500 by 500. So they're sponsoring two prizes. And we also have, let's know, I'll tell you where. They reminded me yesterday. My mother tell me how to pronounce it. Just now. Right, iDefect. So we gotta thank iDefect Academy. They are also sponsoring the 8th place prize. All right, male and female. All right, so those are the sponsors for the prizes. We also got to acknowledge Habib's on Charlotte Street in Port of Spain, who sponsored 150 of the polo jerseys. Those of you who registered online, the first 200 people I said would get the polos if you registered online. Therefore, online registration. First 200 people to register online. All right, we have Spear Marketing. We want to thank them as well. There's an anonymous person that also gives some sponsorship. We have to thank NGC, FCB, Cannes Poultry, Brand Source, Exim Bank. We also want to thank Sun Plaza, who will be providing some of the breakfast, all right, the complimentary breakfast that you will get. Carib has given us some products, non-alcoholic, of course. Aventa Limited, we got to thank them for hampers. They'll be doing promotion on the day as well. Guiltless Gourmet, hampers and promotions. Sasha Cosmetics providing hampers as well. AP Scott will be doing a promotion. Kiss will be giving us products as well. Ultra Farm has also sponsored us 2 hampers, and we also have to acknowledge, Sunshine Snacks, who is also coming on board. And, it's Sunshine Snacks and, I just had the name of the people in my head, you know. Himalaya. Himalaya will be doing a little promotion on the day as well. So we want to thank Himalaya for their support as well. We also have a couple people that we will acknowledge moving forward as well, that we're just going to finalize and seal the deal with. Cal. We got to thank Cal. Cal is sponsoring 2 tickets to Curacao. So Caribbean Airlines, big up yourself. Thanks a lot for the support. And we have to thank Gigi's Travel as well. Gigi's Travel will be sponsoring 2 tickets to Tobago. So somebody will win that as well. Movie Tong is also on board. We want to thank Movie Tong as well. I tell you, boy, it's all happening. All right, it have plenty. As a matter of fact, Movie Tong's sponsorship will go to the female one of the second place prizes. Mr. Monroe sponsored one at 3,000. So we'll say Mr. Monroe sponsored the male 3,000 and Movie Town will sponsor with their contribution the female second place prize. So I want to thank Movie Town for that. All right, there are some other people, like I said. Oh gosh, I nearly forget my girl down in Shagaramas. Oh God. Wheelhouse Bar and Restaurant. They are sponsoring a lunch for 2 at the restaurant and a dinner for 2. So it's 2 separate prizes. So Wheelhouse Pub, Wheelhouse Bar and Restaurant down in Shagaramas, seaside, right by the sea, right? Yacht something, park up right in, nice ambience. The food is absolutely delicious down there. The chef, whoever is the chef down there, he pumping, he's sparking. All right, I do thank Wheelhouse as well. So yeah, it's happening. Yeah, man. All right. That's the acknowledgement of the sponsors for Stefon Run. I do want to get to some phone calls before I get to passage on, but I still have some commitments. And in those commitments, I want to remind you about Jameson. So with Jameson, we want you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles, such as your cold fighter with Echinacea Vitamin C Chews with the honey lemon flavor. And for additional support, you could try their delicious Vitamin D3 Chews and Ultra Strength Zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson. Trusted vitamins and minerals. Also, Shamir. So celebrate mom, all right, and the queen that she is, with a Shamir Spa gift voucher. Amazing facials, pedicures, manicures, massages. A perfect way to say thank you for all that she does. Visit Shamir, Trin City, and Mid-Center Malls. And they are located at number 25 Robertson Street in San Fernando and 23 Cipriani Boulevard in Port of Spain. You can call them on 285-9053 or order online. Free delivery by TT Post available. And we're talking Shamir for the mothers on Mother's Day, which is this weekend. This Sunday is Mother's Day. Also, Chef Shiraz. Chef has on the 17th of May, he's introducing the one-day masterclass and chef table event. Cocktails, steak and wine, Cajun, Italian, Mediterranean, African cuisine, and more. Demos will be done by different guest chefs. You could call and find out more about this event. He'll be in studio on Friday to explain it a little more. But you could call or WhatsApp him on 372-4639 or 737-5097. So make sure and check out Chef and get in on that event. That's going to be a terrific event. Flow Armor. Yeah, we're talking security. We were just talking that with acting ASP Pit. And no matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro, a home security solution that protects what matters most. For just $4 a day, visit Flow in store or online at discoverflow.co for details. Flow, bringing security home. All right, so make sure and check them out. Now, we are 14 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. We have 6 and 2, 8. So we got about 8 minutes to open the phone line and take some calls. But to do so, I want to give you a little clip of what Faris Al-Rawi had to say after the swearing in of the opposition leader, Penelope Beckles-Robinson. Run with the Faris Al-Rawi.
I've supported Penny for a very, very long time. She was my first leader in the Senate, 2010, when we started. But the lawyer in me is coming out now. Folks of the PNM, expect 6 months of terror, torture, lies, frivolity, and persecution. And even though we have a tremendously strong leader who I back, as you all know, publicly to the end, it requires every one of us in our Red Army, those that came out, those that stayed home because they didn't go somewhere else, to stand up in defense of this nation. It is now that we're required to be each other's keepers and to watch what is going to happen I am actively preparing for that. And hook, line, or sinker, all the way forward, Penny has my undying support, as does the PNM. So let us be wary that we are in a war, and the war has cycles. And get ready, because they have malicious intent. Sorry to pour, a little rain today, but be wary of what we must do together. Sorry to bring it down. Thanks, Lord.
That is probably the most irresponsible thing that any politician could say to their supporters. In the next 6 months, expect terror and torture and lies and persecution. And on top of that, the nickname for them now is Red Army, A-R-M-Y, Army. What does an army do? Army goes to war. So he say, keep in mind you're in a war. And the war have layers and cycles. If anybody in the UNC, upon losing an election, had said that, they would have been persecuted. They would have, I'm telling you, I've been honest with all you know. They would have said, look at them, how they're divisive. What kind of responsible statement do you, what is going through? Faris Arawi going senile or something? That will you come to tell your supporters? That they're going to be tortured and terrorized and persecuted and lied to? Lied to by who? That is the message that you have for your supporters? Look now. Morning.
Hello, Stefon, morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Stefon?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're quicker in the boots right now. They're quicker in the boots because they know what to come. Right? I want to give the Prime Minister all my support as a senior citizen. You understand?
Yeah,
and Stefan, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to answer it. Why it is that the African people in China always believe that PNM must always rule? They can always rule. They can always rule, man. What? So Stefan, I will listen up here.
Yeah, man,
you
no
understand?
problem. It's because of seed planting like that, grooming like that. That is why, to answer your question in a simple way, that is the most dumb, irresponsible, and the lawyer in you coming out. What matter you ever win? Look, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, man.
That's the same thing I said. All your case you fight as your attorney general, you lost. But the lawyer in you coming out.
Yeah, the biggest
I know
losing
the sad
record,
part
but the
about
lawyer
it.
in you coming out.
This sad thing about
I've supported Penny for a very,
the
very
opposition
long time.
leader, she stand up
leader
ready.
in the Senate
You will address
2010
we, you know. You having a man who lost his seat.
But the lawyer in me is coming out
to
now.
talk and pack a strip. And it's
Folks,
just like the next one who had press conference yesterday. The opposition leaders who supposed to be doing them thing not all year. But once again, this is the modus of the PNM. This is the styling. Understand? Come out and try to make people feel that the Indian government coming to do all kind of different things. Faris and Choton all year, fire burn all year. Fire blaze all year, because all was different 9 years. Understand? And what they do, if all they done something correct, all that be sitting in the government right now. Understand? Yeah. But right now, Kamala is there. This is Kamala time. This is UNC time. When UNC win, everybody win. And right now, we want this country to move forward. Understand? We don't want to be steamed back and be stagnant and waiting for all. What you call was this long one? What them black people like me are sorry to say to this morning, but something wrong with all your boy. Something wrong with all your watch. But lawyer and you coming out, Faris fire burn you, boy.
Right. Yeah, you know, I am trying to figure out, you know, like, you're serious, boy? Like, why? Why would you make a statement like that? That is what they're telling all the supporters. Morning, what's up?
Good morning, how are you?
I think,
the Law Association should investigate. You know, that is like instigating, you know,
but that's what it is.
some sort of behavior. What utter craziness.
We're in a war.
First lost his seat, right?
What war?
And he's supposed to ride out into the sunset. You know, Stefan, it's not acceptable. And you see the persons, they are not really too happy, but then again, they cannot stand up. They cannot stand up for their rights. That is what they are under some sort of trance. Listen, concerning White House, right? I am going to align that
Whitehall,
they
yeah.
haven't.
Not the White
sorry.
House, the White House is here. Whitehall, yeah.
Probable cause, right? You have the evidence which shows, you know, they said that 32 million was spent, right? But we do not have any confirmation of that. We have no knowledge of it, no evidence to say, well, yes, we saw that on paper. They could have said that, just like just like all other contracts they would have given out in the country. We do not know, and you know what is the main thing? Waiting on what is in the treasury. And so on, he said came out, right? And he was interviewed by Nisha Rambajan, and she asked him certain questions relative to their settlement and so on. He said, well, that is the first thing. We have to know what is in the treasury or not.
But that is par for the course. I don't understand why people just being mischievous, yes, and it started already, and it's very, very disappointing that it started already.
It's Stefan, I didn't see this, and now that I see it, I don't know if to cry or to laugh. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Law Association, please investigate. First, like he's going crazy, you know. And one last thing, I don't know whether you missed it or not, but the nurses, right? They are coming out. All of them are waiting for this back pay and 10%. And so, did you hear what they say? That they are advising the Prime Minister not to open the children's hospital because there is not a need in the country. You know, Stefan, we are going to see protests very soon. I don't predict it, but it's going to happen. No, but why are they saying that? Okay, take care.
No problem. Yeah, you see, anybody who what is happening now all over social media is they're trying to push this narrative that because Kamala, the Prime Minister, stood up at the swearing in the cabinet and said she's going to request Minister of Finance to take a look at the financial state of the country. Or they get fooled. How? If you go into a business to take over the business, would you just immediately give everybody a raise? You must see what the business are first. It doesn't mean you're not going to get your 10%. Hi, morning.
Stefan, good morning. You know, I'm so glad you raised this with Alwari because I was so appalled. I think what he said here, even worse than what he said the morning after the election.
I think so too.
Even worse and even more distasteful, and it goes to show how they are sore losers. They are sore losers. We already dealing with a rampant crime situation in our country, and you will come out and tell these people we in a war? What war we in? We not in no war. We not in no war, and the hurtful part of it is these gullible supporters, they will stand up and cheer and clap instead of they denounce that as garbage.
Yeah.
You understand?
Correct.
I am watching Penny's face, and as a woman, I can't believe she stand up there and then even interject and try to cut off that rubbish.
Because she can't. She can't.
I'm totally disappointed. Well, I know she can't because there's a unit. They don't break ranks publicly.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing with them. They don't break ranks publicly. But you lose your seat. You lose all right to talk and say anything. You not an MP.
Thank you.
To me, it looked like if you were trying to sing for your supper, you looking for relevance.
Thank you.
You understand? You looking for some kind of senatorship or some Senate seat or something. You lost your seat. Right?
Yeah.
And I hope the powers that be, this is incitement. Stefan, if anybody did go on social media and say this, the police would have been looking to lock them up.
You understand?
You understand?
Yeah.
This is incitement. I want to see if Junior Benjamin is going to take up this, if the Law Association is going to take up this. This can't just die a natural death. Thanks, Steph.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I listened to that and I was like, but this man going mad. He had to be going mad. You know? Nah, man. I think the caller used the right term. It's distasteful. Morning.
Good morning. Lord, this is Bacchanal.
You telling me?
Listen, when Dr. Rowley said he leaves Trinidad better off, he didn't mean that he leave the country better off, you know. He meant that he left better off. And if all you don't understand that, I get in all my news right here. I now seen this thing with Faris. Faris is studying his rent. You think he's studying them people in front of him there? You really think he want a war for the... You really think he wants a war for the people in front of him there?
First,
He want his rent. He want his rent to make sure he get that rent. You all ever saw where he lives? Listen, it's not like the resort, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You remember the first thing Shamfa said when she went into office in 2015? We are in charge now.
Yeah,
So them could stand up there and say what they want, and Penny could not say nothing because Penny said nothing for 10 years. All they expected to talk now?
Correct.
Leave the people alone, man. Leave them. When you see Ramgood going with the bus route, leave them.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to go to work.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right, with that, I've got to take a break in just a little bit. We've got to hold up on the calls. But all right, I'll take this final one. This caller is usually be short. Let me take this final one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Stefon, morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
You know, boy, this man, Faris, he's the poster child for sore loser, you know. The man like he wasn't expecting to lose, you know. You know, that man know everything that the UNC go do in 6 months. And he never knew that it was going on loss on the 28th. I feel in the heart, you know, yellow was the code, you know. I really feel so.
God, Lord.
But on a quick note, something I wanted to tell you a long time. You ever heard about phase 4-1 and phase 4-2 in Malabar?
If I ever
heard about phase 4-1 and phase 4-2 housing in Malabar.
In Malabar, no, not really. I'm not too familiar with it.
All right. Well, Stewart was trying to come up with that as an original idea, but in Pandey time, what they would do back then was NHA. They would sell you the land, give you the loan, and you build whatever style of house you want.
Right.
So if you go driving through the back there, you will never believe that there's a HDC area because every single house is a different style.
Okay.
And I think there's something Stewart wanted to start to make it look like there's an original idea now.
Oh,
because remember, Pandey time was so much donkey years ago, so he tell himself people now wouldn't know about that.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
But poor Faris, I have a job for him, he can run wrong, or he can run wrong my yard and back at passing cars in the road, you know, because that's all he do. Rup. That's all he does do.
This is the man that is responsible. All I remember this, is he dropped the matter against Malcolm Jones, based on advice by Vincent Nelson. Right? And then gave Nelson the wrong deal. Instead of immunity, he gave him indemnity. He didn't even know the difference between the two. But he talking about the lawyer and him coming out. Boy, look now. Listen. To all the public servants, I see people trying to rile all up. Coin a little chat, and Amanda Sporter post, oh, all they get fool. Now they want to check the treasury. That is standard procedure. It is standard procedure when you come into power, when governments change, that you assess the finances of the country. It does not mean that you will not get your 10%. What it means is that I have instructed my Minister of Finance to take a look at the state of the economy. So what he's going to do now, when he look at the treasury and he see what's there, then he's going to look at the last budget and money that was allocated in each ministry and each sector. Then now, he is going to assess what is waste and mismanagement versus what is needed. So when he started to cut out all the waste and mismanagement coming down the road, so in things that was budgeted that probably won't be needed, then he started to trim off, he started to cut off the edges so you start to find money now. That is what they mean when they say we will find the money. But to find the money, you must first assess the treasury. Then, and only then you could find the money. So now you have to go around cutting up. And then you cut off X amount of billions in expenditure here, and you redirect the money and say, listen, PM, I find the money to pay that 10%. And even if that 10%, that money that they find, in the short term, they might find that in the short term, in the initial stage, because now they have to implement certain things to create revenue streams that they spoke about, that is going to increase revenue coming into the country to sustain the 10% increase. But before they could do that, It's 10 years of finances the man had to go through. It's 10 years. These people were there nearly 10 years. So the first thing you do is you assess your finances. That is standard procedure. So to the clowns, to the fools, to the idiots, to the illiterate JAs that running around all over the place trying to rile up something like Faris Al-Rawi, all this stop now. Here what to do. Go and get a bag. One of them knapsack and them. Go and get a backpack. And when you get the backpack, here what to do. Go and buy some Ziploc bags. When you get the Ziploc bags, here what you're doing. Put as much food, right, that you could put in these Ziploc bags. Bop, 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 bop. Pack some bottled water and everything. Put a bag on your back and go into hibernation. And come back out in December. Everything will be all right. So I tell you what. We're going to take a break. That's what they need to do. They need to hibernate, boy. They're sickening. Today's Wednesday. The people 3 days into the term. Look now, man. Take the break. Pastor John is next.
The biggest 5K in TNT takes place Sunday, May 25th at QRC. Start time 6 a.m. Run, Stefon Run. Breakfast inclusive. The highest payout of prize money for a 5K with a first prize of $5,000 and cash prizes up to 10th place. Lots of giveaway and medals for all participants. Registration is $200. Get registered now online at trinbagoevents.com or cash registration is available at Synergy TV. Mondays to Fridays from 12 noon till 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Cash registration is also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple. Call 345-3380 and 482-5531. Or visit Stefon Reese Production on Facebook for more info. Part proceeds goes to the Autistic Society of TNT and the Coover Children's Crisis Center.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
Celebrate Mom, the Queen, with a Chimay Sparkets voucher. Amazing facials, pedicures, and massages. A perfect way to say thank you for all she does. Visit or order online at ChimayCaribbean.com. Call 285-9053.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with All Pro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
Introducing Open Minds primary school lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47 Lot 6 Montu Trace in Pinal, reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural product number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
All right, so we are back. We are 24 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock, and for the next 15 minutes, we'll be joined by Pastor John. Pastor John is with us from New York. We gonna bring him in? Yeah? Let him come in. Yeah, Pastor John, dear man, you know yourself. Pastor John coming in, no. All right, so Pastor
Yes,
John,
sir.
good morning to you. You see? Tell you all that.
Good morning.
All right, so good morning. So what is the topic of discussion this morning?
Your gut microbiome.
The gut microbiome.
M-I-C-R-O, yes, M-I-C-R-O-B-I-O-M-E.
Okay.
Your gut microbiome is the type of bacteria living in your gut.
All right.
If you have a good diversity and balanced gut, it means you have a strong immune system. It means that the blood is alkaline, and it means that your body have the ability to heal itself. It means that you will never get sick if you maintain a good gut microbiome, because all disease that ever exists in the world start in your gut.
Okay. Well,
Everything
they say that's where a large part of your immune system exists, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Right. So when the gut isn't healthy, your immune system isn't healthy.
That is correct.
All right. Go ahead.
80% of your immune system is in your gut. All the problems start in the gut. When you're about to eat, sometimes you see somebody sitting down in the office and it's just, you say, well, she was good all the time. How she feeling so sick?
Mm-hmm.
Because the gut and the brain is connecting and telling you the food you're about to eat is no good. And the gut is trying to prevent you from eating it.
Okay.
The gut and the brain is telling you don't eat it. And you still eat it because you like sweetie and you like snowball and you like all kind of sweet stuff. So they're telling you don't do it because eventually it's going to do a number on you. So the gut microbiome is so important to your health.
All right.
When you have an imbalance, you heard me talk about it before, it's called dysbiosis.
Dysbiosis, yes.
Yes, that's when bad bacteria take over. So just think about if you're living in a good environment or clean environment, good things will happen. And if you're living in a bad environment or tough environment, bad things will happen. If somebody living in a war zone, more than likely they will get hurt than if they're living in a place where it's peace and prosperity. More than likely they will live at ease and enjoy, which is normal, good living and better living.
Right.
And that's what is in people got.
All right. So in terms of some of the things that outside of disease, like, all right. How is he, all right, outside of the sickness and disease and that kind of thing, how else has he got affected in terms of that bad bacteria?
But everything in your entire immune body is reliable and depending on the gut microbiome. A matter of fact, you could even extend it the microbiome itself, apart from the gut, because the gut is only 80%. They got the microbiome in your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. Some people have a bad diversity of microbiome in the mouth, so the mouth smell funny.
Okay.
And then they get a yeast infection in the mouth and all different types of periodontal disease and different things in the mouth, in the hair, in the eye, even your eyebrow, your fingernail, all parts of your body. But the majority of everything we're talking about is found in your gut.
Okay. So
in the large and the small, mainly the large intestine.
Mainly the large intestine.
Yes, in the small one and big one too, but the large one, which is the colon.
Which is the colon. All right. So let me ask you something now. In terms of, I just wanna to kind of connect two dots here. The liver, right?
Yes.
The liver plays the role of cleaning out the system, right?
Yeah, the liver and the kidney help to filter out all the waste products through urination and everything that held the bile ducts and everything in the liver. So a bad gut microbiome affects your liver. Good gut microbiome, your liver is healthy.
Okay. So the two are connected. So you can't have a good gut and a bad liver.
No, you can't.
Okay. So is there?
You cannot. Go ahead.
But is there like well, I know a lot of people like to detox. I'm sure you've heard that term. And you know about that. People detoxing. They say you have to take a detox. You have to take a detox to clean out your gut and to clean out your liver and to clean out everything.
Well, a detox is, if you look in the dictionary and you know what a detox is, what we learn about detox in the Caribbean is not a detox.
Okay.
When you take a washout or a purge, that's fine. But your body, when you have a good microbiome, you detox every day through perspiration, through urination, and through your bowel movement.
Right.
So every day your bowel is supposed to go at least 2 times, maximum 3 times a day at normal pace. If you detox correctly every day that the body ought to be, you will never need a purge in your life. When somebody needs a purge, it means that they are already far gone already. The damage is already done in the system. They eat stuff and they clog up in the system. Some people have meat lock up in the pocket of the colon, sometimes for years and turn like rubber, and they can't even remove it. You have to alkaline the blood so it's like a sandpaper and literally move it bit by bit, because if you remove it immediately or suddenly, like if you take wax and pull your hair out and all this sort of stuff, it will put a hole in the colon. So that's why they can't remove it so easily, because it's locked in there with the stuff. So the gut microbiome produces good health if it have a good diversity of bacteria. And the bacteria it needs is lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium type of bacteria. When the bad bacteria rule the system, you're sick with many diseases. That's why if you want to deal with diabetes, the gut microbiome needs to regulate your endothelium. That's the next topic we had to talk about, which is the lining of your red blood vessel. The lining of your red blood vessels is in charge of 60,000 blood tissues that will keep the pancreas producing insulin as it ought to be. When somebody is sick with diabetes, it means they have a dysfunctional endothelium, which is the lining of the red blood vessel, fibroids and polyps and cysts in the ovaries, and it means that the endothelium is toxic.
Okay.
Meaning that the gut microbiome is challenged. It needs to be fixed. So if you want to fix yourself today, fix your gut microbiome. In other words, go ahead.
Is there a connection between your gut health and mental health?
Yes, because the gut and the brain, the gut have an axis, just like how you have the earth spin on an imaginary axis. So therefore, the gut and the brain, I teaching that this morning, that's the topic, gut-brain connection. They talk to each other all the time.
Okay, the gut-brain connection.
Yes, when you get sick, the brain and the gut is like they're making style with each other. They fall out and ain't talking to each other. Because the brain is telling the gut, I tell you already not to eat that garbage, and you're still eating it. Where you coming to talk to me for today? So leave them, let them sick, and they leave you they leave you to literally suffer. That's what the brain is telling the gut.
Right,
The
because
gut telling the gut, in no much time I talk to you, you're hardened, you're not listening to me. Don't eat it, it's no good for you.
because they say stress is cause, like they'll tell you, like, you know, when you're talking about people with the stomach and that kind of thing, and maybe your belly a little big and that kind of thing, some people will say that's a stress belly.
That is correct. It's called dysbiosis, because the bad bacteria, the stress that allow more acidity contents to form in your system.
Right.
That
The
come from
acid
the brain.
content, right.
Yes, that is what it is. So you fill with what we call acidosis, filled with toxic. Like, just imagine somebody living, or you go on a pool and the pool is all sewer from the sewer. Instead of clean water, you're bathing in a slush of sewer water from the sewer system. You know bad things is going to happen to you. That is what takes place inside of the gut.
And I understand that a lack of sleep could also affect the gut as well.
Not also, it affects the gut. We're supposed to sleep 7 to 9 hours every single night, because the fourth REM of sleep is what all human beings get paralyzed every night if they sleep good. That is when the body recharges itself. That is, you could eat all and don't sleep. The guy that eat drunk and sleeping have a better chance than you, because sleeping is where the body process to heal itself, or you get sick. 1 out of the two, because this is the transformation taking place.
Okay.
When you're sleeping, when you're recharging yourself, when you get up in the morning. Some of the greatest invention that ever take place in the world takes place early in the morning time. You could think, your clarity. That's why they drop off newspaper and so forth by your door very early in the morning, because that's the best time for you to read it.
Okay. Well, I know processed foods, I've heard a lot of people say stay away from that. That would impact your gut in a very negative way. When we're talking processed foods, we're talking like all these little, what are we talking about? Like these hot dog sausage and all of that is processed, right?
All man-made food is no good. All the food that you're supposed to eat is plant-based. Plant life give life. All the nutrients and everything you need in the body is in your backyard. It's in the garden. If you know which one to eat and how strong they are, you will get. That's why we have the Sugar Blocker Phyto Power Pack. This, you have to pick up your stuff. I don't know if you get your stuff yet or not. But this, what I have in my hand, is 84 different garden ingredients inside of this here that gives you all the ingredients to renovate the gut microbiome. And if you read about gut renovation, that an Indian doctor from India wrote the book, and she break it down, Dr. Raj, like you're building a house and how you're renovating a house. That's the easiest way to understand it. She from India, a gastroenterologist, about the gut microbiome. She's a masterpiece.
All right.
Nice Indian lady in India. She wrote a book, Gut Renovation, the gut microbiome renovation. How do you restore back your system? So some people, you see, they have a house and they never paint it and they never renovate it, and it over 30 years it falling down, like it always leaning.
Yeah.
It's on the lean side. Well, some people gut is like the same thing. They never take care of it for the last 20 or 30 years. And that's why when you need to renovate it now, you want to know why it costs so much money, but it did not maintain your system. Your body's like a building, like a house. You have to maintain it, do maintenance, put the right stuff in the body, make sure it clean out itself every day. That's why when you have eye problems like glaucoma and cataract, these are people that didn't do no self-maintenance. Cancer, didn't do no self-maintenance. Diabetes, no self-maintenance. This is why we have now the power pack to help people with all manner of disease. Now you know why we can't make no medical claim, because the body now has to redo itself, produce the right time of blood so the blood is clean. Every environment where it is clean, good things happen in clean environment.
Right.
Even your. That's why we teach it every day that you need 13 vitamins, 16 minerals, 10 amino acid, 1 essential acid fat. People who sick with ALS and Alzheimer's, seizures and stroke come from the gut. The gut microbiome, which when it's nasty or imbalanced, is called a dysbiosis.
Right.
That means the system is not operating correctly anymore, and it needs to refix, to redo, rebiosis in terms of means to do over.
Right. Right.
Repeat, reply, just to come back to what it was before and get it back to what it is. And every single person that is sick needs to redo their own entire system.
Okay.
I don't care how much doctors you're seeing, how much surgery you take, how much surgery you don't take, what kind of medication you're on, unless you find out to eradicate and how to balance the gut microbiome again, you will always be sick. That's how I get healed from cancer.
Right.
That's why the body heals itself. That's why we have to give the disclaimer that the human body has the ability to heal itself and live very long if you put the right stuff in the body.
Okay. And
The final stuff, I want to give you an illustration. If you
Okay.
take a Ferrari or a vehicle, a Ferrari, and you gas tank Ferrari and put diesel in it,
Yeah,
it
but
run like,
you mess
or
up,
don't run.
you mess up the Ferrari.
However, when you drain the gas tank and put back gas in it, the Ferrari run well again. So nothing was wrong with the Ferrari. Well, the human body, if it's sick, it's because the wrong stuff is in the body.
Okay.
So it's living and feeling like crap. It don't feel good. But the minute you drain all those things out and replace it with the right stuff in the body, the lactobacillus and the bifidobacteria, the body live healthy again. Look at me. I am 15 years cancer-free. I came to Trinidad back in 2011, and I was on television with my medical reports showing that I was so dumb and stupid, showing people, look, yes, it's true. And people look at me like, oh, he's a madman.
Nah, but I mean, I've checked on you know, the things that you say and you're accurate in what you're saying. I mean, people can get the information, they could see it, and they could call you, and they could even get more information. They could join the Zoom classes. But we just about out of time. But people, gut health, very important. You know, and you gotta keep your gut in good health, because that's where 70-80% of the immune system is. So a healthy gut leads to better living, man. So you can call
That's correct.
Pastor John.
Let me give my
WhatsApp
disclaimer. It will
on
take
the
me
number on
10.
the screen. It is 1516-286-7079. That is 1516-286-7079.
I need 10 seconds. Statements made about products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, care, or prevent any disease. Have a great day today.
All right. You too.
Better one
Take it
tomorrow.
easy.
Bye.
Nice, man. Nice Pastor
Bye-bye.
John on the inside, man. People, we got to go to a break, but before we do so, I want to remind you about Roll Right. Yeah. So Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care. They are located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chagonas. Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape, from new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment. They've got it all covered. So at Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension and vehicle repairs, injector flow bench diagnostic testing, and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostic scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. So they're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you can call them, all right, on 8344. And you can find them on social media platforms, Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. And finally, we have Palmstar Tobago. So parents and teachers, listen up. Palmstar Promotions is back with the 4th annual Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge, and your child could be the next spelling star. Happening July 12th at Lowlands Mall. It's open to standards 3, 4, and 5, ages 9 to 12 plus, including homeschool students. Top prize is a desktop computer for the school with the most student entries and points, plus loads more up for grabs. Tablets, medals, and exciting surprises. Shopping at Sharon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin, then you get a 5% off any Kotesi Kotela dictionary. Just show the flyer or a pic of it on your phone. Register now and by scanning the QR code, or visit Palmstar Promotions or call Auntie Esther on 471-2604. Remember, no uniforms. Dress elegantly casual. It's time to listen, learn, and shine only with Palmstar Promotions. Nice, man. So, we take a break. When we come back, we wrap things up with the birthday. Stay tuned.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715, or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
At the castle, we just love moms.
I love you, Mommy.
And this Mother's Day, we are cooking up a storm with lots of tasty food. So forget about cooking. Let us fix dinner with a popular family meal. And lunch is a breeze with a snack box and the fish, chicken, and veggie sandwich combos. Oh yeah, and we've got the chicken and wing buckets, plus rotisserie meals, and of course, delicious sides. And it's all cooked with our nice local seasonings. So take a break and enjoy. Happy Mother's Day from Royal Castle.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
All right, people, so we're down in San Fernando at the corner of Rushwood Street and the bypass road in Sando. We're here at Beyond Petroleum. Beyond Petroleum, the proud sponsors of the 5th place, male and female, and that carries a prize of $1,200 respectively. So they are the proud sponsors. Run Stefon Run, Saturday, May 25th. Make sure and come out, QRC 6 a.m. Get yourself registered online at trinbagoevents.com. We're aiming at 2 charities, the Autism Society of Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, the Cuba Children Crisis Center. So we want to pick up Beyond Petroleum. And when you come down, you could get your gas, but you could go into the 24-hour convenience store as well. You could pick up your toiletries. If you want juice, you're getting that. Milk, automotive products from car care to engine care, and a whole lot more. You can pick up your little snack, everything nice. So you're coming down to Beyond Petroleum. You're supporting those that support us. It's Run Stefon Run. Let's go.
Cash registration available at Synergy TV, Monday to Friday from 12 noon to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cash registration also available at Sports and Games, Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, and Grand Bazaar. Just pay cash and follow the instructions on the coupon code. It's that simple.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility, which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
So we're back, and we're 3 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Do not forget, immediately following the repeat of this program, we have the San Juan Revival Ministries, the Christian Union Church, and they will be on immediately following the repeat of this program. So first off, as we get things cracking here to close off the show, we would like to say happy anniversary to Mohan and Mohani Ragunanan, celebrating 36 years of marriage, and this is coming from Shastri, Shivan, and Alicia. Happy anniversary, guys. We didn't get a picture, though. We have to wishing Mark Marlon Budram a happy birthday today. celebrating it on the 7th of May. May God bless you and may you live to see many more with good health and strength coming from your parents, Karen and Indar Budram, sister Liana, wife Anissa, and sons Miles and Matthias. They want you to know they love you and God's blessings, man. Good vibes. We got 2 more. Happy birthday to our great-grandson, David Uhabur. David Uhabur. E-R-H-A-B-U-R. Who turns 2 years old today, lives in Canada. This is coming from his grandparents, Amadat and Lazina Bahadur Singh. Also from his mom and dad, Aliyah and Gabriel, who also lives in Canada. Also, grandmom Priscilla, who lives in New York. And this is coming from the Bahadur Singh family. Nice, man. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Nice, nice, nice. Dressing sharp, man. And finally, happy 3rd birthday going out to Akindi LaRoche of Covine Road in Digo Martin. And this is coming down from your dad, Akil, and mommy, Safia. Love you the most. All right, so Akindi LaRoche, happy birthday to you. Nice, man. Look, ting, look, sunglasses and all kind of thing, Papa, yo. All right, so I'll tell you what, that's it for today. We want to thank Acting ASP Pit and, of course, Pastor John for joining us. Thanks for your calls and your comments. And we will continue to flow as we go, into the new era of governance that we have right now. So we'll see what happens in the coming months. But we will be back tomorrow to deal with everything again. So stay tuned right here on Breaking Dawn for that tomorrow. And until then, have a great day. Be safe.